Hello.
Oh,
Good evening, sir.
yeah, I can hear you.
How are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
Okay, that's great. I'm fine too, thank you. So you do you have work during weekends?
Homework?
Do you have work in
No,
weekends?
no. I'm
Okay, no.
relax.
What did you do today?
I'm playing with my son.
Oh wow, you're playing with your son. So how old is your son?
Uh, he is 16 years old.
16.
16
16?
months. 16 months.
Oh, 16 months. I thought 16 years old. Okay, so now let's have a review of what we have discussed last night. So, can you please read the following words?
Okay.
All right, can you read this one?
Yeah. Entrepreneur.
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 There you go. Then, number two,
Venture.
venture. Number three,
Profit.
profit. Number four,
Brainstorm.
brainstorm. Okay, number five,
Take risk.
take risk.
Take risks.
There you go. All right. So now I want you to practice making a sentences with the use of these different words. All right. Can you make a sentence? You can write it in the chat box. Did you get it?
That box. Yeah.
Yes. You just write it here in the chat box. You make a sentence with the use of the different words, these words.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Okay.
So I'll give you a few minutes to write it in the chat box.
I just watch it now.
Hello?
Yes, I just watch it now.
You just want to?
And the recording. I just watch it now.
Okay, so you can't watch it now, the recording.
Yeah.
Oh. How about the screen? Can you see it, the slide?
Yes, I screen. I can. Yes, I can.
Okay, so can you write it in the chat box with a sentence or you want to just say it?
What do I have to do now?
Okay, right. I want you to make a sentence with the use of these words. Just like number one, entrepreneur. So can you make a sentence with the use of the word entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Oh, you don't understand. Okay, let me give you an example. This one, I chat in the chat box. I write in the chat box. So I want you to see in your chat box. I want to be an Okay, for example, this one, I write it in the chat box. Can you see it? Can you see it in the chat box?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so can you read the sentence that I make?
Okay.
Can you read it?
I want to be an entrepreneur someday.
Okay, so that is making a sentence. Now I want you to make a sentence. Okay, so what word did I use when I make a sentence? Here, what word did I use? The word entrepreneur, right? Can you follow?
Um, that's what I want to.
Okay, so I want you to make a sentence with the use of these different words, just like what I did in the chat box. Okay? Did you get it? Okay, let me translate that one. Okay, I want you to listen this one.
Um, yeah, just a minute.
Okay, take your
Let,
time.
let me think.
Yes, sure. Take your time.
Um, I have a desire
You
to be.
have?
I have yes. I have a desire to become
Mm-mm.
an import and export businessman
All right. So I have a desire to become a an
and
import
uh,
or entrepreneur. You
entrepreneur
use the word entrepreneur.
doing
Yes.
import and
All
export business.
yes, that's great. So how about the next one? Venture.
Yeah.
Can you make a sentence with the use of the word venture?
Venture
Mm-mm.
mm, limited.
Mm-mm. So I want you to make a sentence with the use of the word venture.
Okay.
Can you type it in the chat box?
Yeah. I
Okay,
yeah.
that's great.
But I win do business alone
Mm-mm.
and no joy venture.
Okay, can you write it in the chat box so that I can understand? I can hear
Okay.
it clearly. Okay. Thank
Just a minute.
you.
Just a minute.
Yes, sure. Just take your time. All right. So, but I will do business alone, no joint venture. So, did you mean that you don't want to have somebody or a business partner?
Yeah.
Okay. You can also say, I will do okay. I want you to read the sentence that I make in the chat box. Can you read it?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I will have a venture to build my own business alone. Yeah.
All right. Yes, you can paraphrase or you can translate your you can make your sentence like this one, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's great. How about profit? Can you make a sentence with the use of the word profit?
Profits and in this field.
Yes.
Profit in this field.
Profit is
Profit in this field.
profit in this field. Is that right?
Yeah. Also depend
Oh,
on high or low.
all right. So can you write it in the chat box so that I can check your answer if it is right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so profit in this field also depend on high or low. So did you mean that high or low depends on your customers?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Mm. High
Okay, so mm,
continue please.
okay. So you can also say that this one I will type in the chat box.
Okay.
Okay, this one, can you read it? Can you read the sentence that I made?
Yes, the profit might be slightly depend on how many custom win I have every day. Maybe
Yeah, so is that what you mean? Okay, the profit of my business or your business depends on how many customers will have every day. So it depends on how many, so you can differentiate if it is you have few customers, of course your profit will be low, right? But if you have many customers, your profit will be high. Is that what you mean? Okay. So now let's have another one. This one. Can you read number 4?
Brainstorm.
Yes. Can you make a sentence with the use of the word brainstorm? Okay, just type it in the chat box, okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Um. Yes, Mini.
Yes. Yes. Tell me if you need some help, okay?
Yeah.
All right. But just try on your own so that you can practice your speaking abilities in building a complete sentence. Okay, wow, that's a very long sentence. Business is a field that requires a lot of brainstorm, from importing goods, who to sell to, managing employees, and financial. Wow, that's great. That's a good sentence. So this is a good sentence. Okay, how about number 5? Take risks. Can you make a sentence with the use of this phrase or words? Take risks. Just type it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple as that. So simple as this sentence. It's natural to take risk, or it's normal to take risk. Wow, that's great. Okay, so now let's move to the next slide. We will have our discussion. So I have few questions. I want you to listen it very carefully, okay? All right, so now let's start. Do you think Facebook will continue to be popular? Why? Can you answer this one?
I think Facebook will continue
Why?
in the near future because
Okay, why do you think it will continue? Yes, continue.
the Facebook is popular hoặc là the most popular.
Yes. Mhm. Yes, it is the most popular social media,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. And aside from being a popular, Facebook is helping people connecting to each other, especially people uh, that are not with the same country, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so you can message your relatives, your friends that are coming from other countries or that are working to other countries, right?
Uh,
Did
is
you hear
uh,
me?
is the Facebook is a platform very popular, the most popular.
Yes, it is very popular in the whole world, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can also get information or news through Facebook. So how many hours do you spend surfing in the Facebook or scanning your Facebook? How many hours do you spend?
Maybe
Huh? How many hours?
I don't know.
How, you don't know, but you usually use Facebook. Do you use Facebook every day?
You spoke, you Facebook.
Yes. Yes. Do
Yes,
you
yes,
use Facebook every day?
yes, I do.
Okay, that's great. So number two, or this one, which websites are competition for Facebook? Which do
Mm,
you think websites are competition for Facebook?
I think the Facebook competition with more um, with more uh,
With
with with more platform.
with more? Can you speak loudly? I can't hear you
Platform,
clearly.
platform.
Platform.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other platform are the competition of Facebook? Can you give me at least one? One
Instagram.
compet Yes, that's great. Instagram. That's a good one. And also there's also Twitter, Skype, but you cannot see the news feed in Skype. You just can call to someone. All right, so this one. What kind of business would you like to start?
Uh, I would like to start up um, for business in import and export. Import and export.
Okay, import and export.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to import and export? Are there goods?
Yes. Uh,
Okay.
yes, certainly.
Yes, of course. Okay, so the business that you want to start is a business which can import and export food. All right. So just like the one with delivery or delivery some goods like that.
Uh, do you say good or food?
Okay, yes, that's right. Okay, so now, what traits make someone a good entrepreneur?
Yeah, let me think.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Yeah, I think the first is sensitive,
Is
sensitive, sensitive.
sensitive. Yes,
Yeah,
sensitive. You are sensitive. What
yes.
else?
Mm, yeah, dare to do, dare to do.
What is that?
Yeah, I'm style, I'm typing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Dare to do. Okay. So it means that taking a risk,
yeah,
right? Because you are there to do which is a business that you cannot see if it will succeed or it will fail, right?
okay.
Okay, let me ask you, what is the first thing that you need to do when you want to build or do some business?
Pardon? Can you speak
What
English slowly?
is, yes, okay, sure. I'm sorry. What is the first thing that you need to do when you want to build a business?
The first.
Yes, the first thing that you need to do.
Okay. I understand. Mm, mm,
Okay.
yeah. Let me think.
Okay, that's
I think the first up on,
mm-mm.
you have to understand what you want to do business.
Wow. So you will make a study, right? What business that you want.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Of course, you need to see to it that the business that you want to do is you can have a good profit, right?
Yeah.
So you need to study for your business. Okay, that's great. So now moving on. So now let's have a logo. So which logo of Hello English do you like most and why? Which do you think of this logo do you like the most of Hello English?
Um. Okay. Uh,
So this is number one, so that you will just tell me the number, okay? This is number one. Can you see it? I encircling it. This one, this is number one. Then this is number two, number three, number four, and number five.
yeah.
So which logo do you like the most?
I think I find everything beautiful.
What number?
I think I find everything beautiful.
Everything.
Yeah,
Okay, you're so very wise. You
yeah.
don't want to choose. Okay, so you like everything. All right. So now let's have this one. So we will listen to a meeting between four colleagues who are discussing changing the logo of their company. So we will be watching a video,
Audio
audio
41.
rather.
Okay then, let's start, shall we? We're here to decide on a new logo for the company. Any ideas?
Well, personally, I quite like the old one. Why don't we just change the colours? Make it look a bit more modern and leave it at that?
I don't think that'll work, Tony. We want something really new here. A state of the art design that shows how far we've come since we started.
Maybe we should change the name of the company too. I mean, Rollinson's Audiovisual Solutions is quite long, isn't it?
Yes, I think we should shorten it. We could just have the initials RAS in the logo.
That's a great idea, Carl. RAS. That sounds good, doesn't it? How about changing our name to RAS?
I'm not sure about that, Ingrid. One thing is the company logo and another thing is the name. I suggest we use the initials RAS in the logo, but keep our name so that people still know who we are. What do you think?
Fine, I think that makes sense.
Good. Now, let's move on to the question of who's going to design the logo.
Well, if we want a complete change, we'll need to find a different designer. Shall we ask a few local designers to send us a sample of their work and take it from there?
Okay, let's look at some local companies first and see what sort of work they produce. Tony, will you look into that?
Yes, of course. No problem.
Right then. What about style? What are we actually looking for here?
All right. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I listen. The company
All
name
right.
on the logo is
Did you get it or it is very fast?
yeah.
Yes, that's great. Okay, so what decisions do they make about the company name on the logo?
I listen to
Mm-mm.
the company name on the logo is RAS.
Yes, they want to add RAS on the logo. That's great. How about the designer of the logo?
I listen.
Mm-mm.
The designer of the logo is Tony.
Yes, that's great. Okay, you listen very carefully. Okay, so oh, I think it's already time. So let me have the next slide. This one. So we will just practice this expression. I will send this one to you so that you can study. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I will send this one to you so that you can study this one, and on our next lesson, or when on our next class, I want you to make a sentence with the use of these suggestions or expression. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So I will send this one into our to your Skype. Okay,
Okay.
so that's all for today. Thank you and good night. Bye bye.
Good night. Goodbye.